present myself. So anything you need, I will be always reachable in my cell phone, by WhatsApp, email, whatever you need. So I work at JLL for some years, around 4. I worked at Cushman before. What I do is I find properties for clients that are looking for assets, because many people are investing in assets. We know that they always generate cash flow, so it's an area that has been growing a lot. I work in Porto, in the north of the country, but I can work all the country. Besides the normal investors that buy buildings or plots, I also work a lot, mainly, I would say, golden visas. So I have a lot of partners all over the world. JLL is a multinational company, so we are not like a franchise or something. It's the biggest one. We are in 80 countries. And we have a lot of departments: the retail, the urban development, what else? The office department. I work in the residential department. That includes the plots, the buildings, the golden visas, everything that is residential. So we did yield already or not, or I can help them to put a tenant if it is for a long term. If not, I can recommend a good company that does the short term. So please, you can ask all your questions. I hope this was clear, but anyway, if any of your clients need to talk to me, the only thing I ask you already know is to register the client, so they come through you. And I'm always available to have a chat like this, because I think people need to get to know each other and trust each other. Most of my clients recommended me between them, so I'm taking care of a lot of golden visas now. And lastly, one thing that I think is very, very important your clients know is that golden visa in main areas of Portugal, in Porto, the second city, in Lisbon, the first city, and in the Algarve, the south of Portugal, and also Costa da Prata, so the coast. It's going to end the possibility of having a golden visa with an asset like a house or an apartment. So this is going to end by the end of January 2021.
Thank you so much accepting this meeting. My clients are very curious and then interested in your properties in Los.
I think that to show properties, I can try to show some things, but I would then need to understand exactly which kind of location. I'm going to show you the map. So I think that if you want, you can then get that part. Okay, can I move on with this? I'm going to start with the part of of explaining Porto.
Okay.
So this is Douro River. Douro River and the sea here. So you can see that in Porto it surrounds, almost surrounds the city. This is Matosinhos. It's still in Big Porto, but it's next to Porto City. This is the biggest park inside the city that ends here in the sea. So it's a beautiful, fantastic park. And so I would say that this area is Matosinhos. This area will be Foz, the seashore, a very chic area, very nice area to live, more expensive, close to the river line always. And downtown center, where we are located, will be here, the historical center. And to be more specific, this is Clarius Tower. To be more specific, we are at Mouzinho da Silveira Street. That connects, so this one, yeah. This connects São Bento station, the train station. There's also a subway. We are here exactly. And it connects this area to the river line. So everything that is in the historical center, most of things are very good for the short term. So you can like rent an apartment, buy an apartment, rent it to a company that will make will manage the property, and then you will receive a part of the profit, normally around 25%. It's usually that, and you take care of the light and the water and those things, but they manage the property, and you don't need to be here. I have some contacts. I know some companies. Some work better than others. So if you decide to buy something that is located in the historical center, the best thing would be to deliver to one of these companies.
Excellent.
The good thing is that you have all the assets, you have all the restaurants, all the amusements, everything in the center, and you can walk everywhere. Some places are not flat. Downtown center, in Porto is a bit ups and downs, like in Lisbon. But there are some areas that are better than others, and there are some areas that are connected to the center, like Reiner, Sudofeita, around this area. Also very interesting because they are close to the center, and they are also close to Super Boca Arena. This is Palácio de Cristal, Crystal Palace. That was the name they called it, and now it's an event place. So there are a lot of important events. So doctors, very good targets that comes here a lot of times. So for short term, this area can be very interesting as well. When you go along the river or through the interior of the city,
yeah,
you can get to the seashore, which is from here to Matosinhos. It's an area that is more expensive if it is first line. It is Avenida do Brasil, but probably you'll find small apartments, but you'll also find bigger apartments for families. Many schools are located in this area. Good private schools, good public schools. In Portugal, you're going to find a very good public system and very good in terms of health and in terms of teaching. I can tell you I have 3 children, and the 3 of them are at the public school, and they are doing pretty well. I really trust the way things are organized. So Porto goes until Big Porto, I would say, goes until here. But these areas in the north, like Grafita, like Maia, they are not as attractive as this area I told you in Foz or even the historical center, because the occupancy rate in this area is not going to be so good. There is an university area here, but it is called Paranhos. I'm trying to show you. But the kind of targets you'll find there, it's not going to be a target with a very high income. So I would recommend for investments.
Okay.
And Matosinhos is perfect for investments to rent for long term. Foz perfect for investment to rent for long term. All these areas have a lot of requests to a lot of demand to rent, so and to buy, so, and we don't have enough products. So these areas are interesting. Even less here, we have a new development that is a very attractive one, but this one will not be good for the golden visa, because the sectional title is going to be done only by the end of the construction. We don't have much time, so I will not present things like that. We'll only present things that, even if they're not ready, they apply. Regarding the kind of golden visas, we have the 350 and the 500. The difference is in the 350 golden visa. We have some projects, but this is something that was created by the promoter. And when you buy like a parcel apart. You become co-owner.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing as buying an independent unit.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that things are approved at the CEF. So that's why you need, the moment you decide to invest, you need to have a Portuguese lawyer who's going to explain the difference between Porto and Gaia, because we have the Douro River here. And when you cross the bridge, there are 6 bridges. But the thing is, main things like best schools, best services are located in Porto. So when people live in Gaia, they have to cross the bridges in the morning, and there is some traffic, sometimes a lot of traffic. So it compromises the quality of life. If it's something for the short term, and it's located here in the first line, yes, I would say it can be very interesting. But Gaia is considered, it's stupid to say this, I know, but I have be very honest with clients, it's considered the poor neighbor. It's not as good as being in Porto. Everyone that comes to the north wants Porto. But if it's the first line, it might be different. And if it has a good light, because some of these areas do not have a good light because of the sun position. So I will always make sure about the exposition. I will make sure about the condition, about the quality of the construction, about the occupancy rate. Even if we don't have a tenant yet, we know that it will be easy. Maybe rents will not be as low as they were in 2019, but they will go up again. So it's a good timing to buy. Long term, I can take care of finding a tenant. So I make a contract with you then to put a tenant. JLL charges one rent and a half. So sometimes two, but if the client I sold the property to, I'll do my best to approve a better price. But we can take care of long term. Short term we cannot, because it's not we are not experts at doing that.
Yeah.
So you can do it. There are several ways to do that, but I will help you all through that process. I will deliver you information about companies that do that. They are going to do a prediction of how much you can receive from that asset. It's obvious we have high season, low season, but high season is very long in Portugal because the weather is a mild weather, it's a nice weather. So they are going to give you an average, and they give you all the information, and then they take care of the asset. They can even put the furniture if you want them to do so. You make an agreement with them, so it's easy anyway.
Very good.
It's clients when you think it's a good timing. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
I'm very glad to get to know you.
Yeah. Thank you for meeting for today.
Oh, thank you. I hope it was useful.
Yes.
And please feel free, Chang, to call, to schedule with any client when you think it's a good timing. Okay?
Yeah.